vanquished into a dim, abyssal gulf. We forsaken, forever condemned to taste burdened air and churning ash, racked for eternity, with obdurate pride and steadfast hate.
Okay, do we have a mic? We do have a mic. Look at that. Aren't we just technical? So yeah, we're just hanging out, playing some Solium Infernum. Um, just wanted to do something sort of low key. I mean, I'm low key as in demons in hell clashing over the throne of pandemonium, but I just mean where where I'm not running around. Like I was gonna do like Pow World or Enshrouded or whatever, and I'm like, sort of not in the mood. I just want to hang out and play a strategy game, something we can talk through. So we're gonna play Solium Infernum. So this is a strategy game that originally came out way back, and you effectively are a demonic prince, and you and your other demonic princes are. We're gonna play just a single map, like a match, right? And we'll do a large map with 6 dudes, sure. And we'll make it as long as we can make the game, just in case. And I suppose the planes are fine for now. So 6 players, large map, which really isn't that large. These maps are not big, not in the Civ sense. So I see a lot of people calling this like a 4X, or Civ in hell. It's nothing like that, actually. It is very much has a board game vibe, which I do appreciate. It reminds me a lot more of a game like an Eclipse, or I'm going to say Eclipse. Yeah, it's not really a builder either. Your goal is to gain enough prestige to, by the end to win. So here's our demons. Erzbet. They have stats: wrath, deceit, prophecy, destruction, and charisma. They get toys. They get items, and you can customize this actually. So you can actually play around with this, right? I don't know that I'm going to right now. I think we're just gonna. So. I mean, Azeroth is a big brute. Erzbet is sort of brute. More mobility, less just outright kicking butt. Yeah, Belial is a manipulator, so they have powers that manipulate the other dudes into doing something. Mammon has the ability to essentially give gold to one of his enemies, but then some amount comes back to Mammon. Duelist? No idea what that is. No idea what that even means. Interesting. So I know that these praetors can duel and kill each other in combat, but I've never actually seen that happen. Oh, I just can't look at that all day. So I think what we're going to pick... Murmur is a sorcerer, and he can raise the dead. I think he is absolutely... Astaroth is absolutely one of the early favorites. I think his early game's really good. His Legion is decent and only gets better. Erzbet has a crappier Legion and a little bit of a harder road to victory, from what I can tell, at least in the early game. So I played Murmur. I did really well with him, so he was sort of fun. His initial Legion sort of sucks. We'll talk about why in a few when we do our first combat. So let's. I mean, I could be Beelzebub and then never see him because I would be. Okay, that Legion's fine-ish. So it's a lot of fighting. Converts the essence of legions destroyed into tribute. Have for Lilith, the scorn, prophecy, reveals a target legion's secrets and makes it more vulnerable to sorcery. And again, I would argue that. So we're gonna play Lilith. There you go, done. That'll be what we do. And she has +1 strength when doing rituals. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to take command rating would be good. You just get more guys, effectively. Draw +1 manuscript when seeking I would like to draw extra tribute. So we're just going to go and get extra tribute. So we're going to have 6 random AIs. And you can't really, there's nothing else. The AI is what it is. It's okay. I don't know that it plays a really good game, all said and done. So you see my face is out. I'm going to put my face, where am I putting my face? I'm going to put my face. Oh, right, I can't touch these somehow. I don't know what, oh, it's locked. Duh. Put my face up here. How's that? Now I'll lock it. Okay. So, greetings. Hello. So here's the deal. So we could take that over. Here's Lilith's stronghold. So we got Lilith. Our Legion Disciples of Lilith have 4 ranged attack, 0 melee, 9 infernal. Combat is very simple. If you have the highest number, you win and do that much damage to your opponent. That's cool. I have 7 hit points. You'll see right here. And they go in order: ranged, then melee, then infernal. So that's why this sucks a little bit, is they have to survive 2 rounds of combat before they can actually do their big damage. But leaders and artifacts will change all that. And so that's what you're looking for. So let's do this. Let's take a look. So for instance, we would do 4 points of damage. So there's 0. You see them down the bottom. We would do 4. We would take 8 and die. Done. So we can't take the Wood of the Suicides right now. Can we take the Theater of Sloth? Well, so we would take 2 damage in the ranged phase. We would take 0 damage, so we're down 2 points. And then we would do 7 points. So in 2 rounds, we actually could take the Theater of Sloth. Now the problem is, Astaroth might take that in a single round, which sort of sucks. Infernal Delights, we would not take that. We would do 4 points of damage and take 6. And so on. So I think Lilith has a rougher start. So what do we do about that? First thing I do want to see is... so I do want to cast a Deceit Ritual. And I do want to make them not move, because I don't want them to attack this Theater of Sloth. I think... So we have to pay to do everything. We're going to pay. And that might be a losing proposition, actually, but... So, okay. So we cast, they don't move, and now everybody else is going to do their thing. They move. When you move through a neutral place, you actually take it. So everybody's grabbing the places of power. That's what you want to grab. The place of power give you points. And we're looking to get victory points, prestige. So they will do 7 points of damage to this place. But they won't take it in a round. So that's good. They won't take it in one fell swoop. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to attack for my first order. See, you only have 2 orders. You only do 2 things a turn. Then I'm going to gather tribute. I need more cash. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm hoping he attacks first. You can see the turn order here. It's like a board game, right? Oh, you can't see it because my face is in the way. You can see the turn order right here, up top. And so you see here, I'm going to go last, actually. So I'm hoping he goes first and attacks, and then I will go after him and take it. Let's see if he attacks. He doesn't. He moves away. He's like, I don't want no piece of that. Wow. And that's good. He's leaving it to me. I will say I hate watching all these slow moves. I wish you could speed up the moves. I like to watch them, but I want to watch them in quick succession and not what I'm doing. So they're attacking the Tree of Woe. And we're going to attack, so we'll watch this attack. So, we take 2 points. We're going to do 0 points this next one. Our melee is like... And then we cast a spell. The spell does 7. So we've knocked it down to less than 8. So there we go, done. Alright. So not terrible, right? So now we get tribute. So tribute, you'll see it up here in the left. We get souls and ichor, hellfire, and darkness. Ooh. And that's all fine and good. And we'll talk about that in a minute. What is that for? Well, you can go to the bazaar to buy units and dudes and toys for the dudes and books that then increase the powers of your dudes. Pretty much. So, strangely enough, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. So these are the generals. You'll see Eligos. He allows me to do melee last. Which, if you remember, my guys suck at melee. So what he does as the general is take this and flip it to the bottom. So it'd be ranged first, then Infernum, which makes this unit all of a sudden way more powerful. So we're going to immediately place bid here. And you have to pay all the different types of coin. But we don't need that to take this, the Theater of Sloth. So we're going to do those 2 things. So these guys are still fighting. I think he takes the Tree of Woe. So yellow got it. Astaroth is just wandering around. We attack the Sloth Temple. Done. So now we get some more prestige. Prestige is your victory points. It's also effectively your experience. I don't care about these messages. We have won an auction, so that's cool. And we're going to attach our new general to this place. Done. But now we need more darn tribute, because we're out of money. So, it's a boring turn for us. And we're not going to watch everybody wander around. That's fine. Okay. So, what's our tribute? I generally think that Ichor, so far for these characters early on, is the hardest thing to get. And you need it for almost everyone. We could get Bune, but he's just melee +3, and I'm not. You can't attach another guy to him, so that's cool. Person Genius. So some of these are better if you just attach them to a place of power, because if you do that, they will give you more tribute. So, for instance, I mean, she would be great. 2 souls and 2 darkness. Would be awesome. But you'll see I need 6 and 9, so I'm way behind on. I need 6 more Ichor. Ugh, okay. What about artifacts? Melee +2 Vampiric Reaping. I'm not a melee guy, so none of those are good. What about manuscripts? Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. The City of Dis. Ooh, that is rough. So my problem with the game. So I will say this. Now we can go and attack up there. But I need more tribute, effectively. And why can we attack up here? Well, if you'll see, we'll do 6 points and then 9 points. Because melee goes last now. So we'll do 15 points to the Wood of the Suicides before it attacks me. And thus we'll win. And now all these places of power essentially give you prestige. We'll click on one to see what it gives us. So you get effectively a per turn. So the Tree of Sloth gives us 1 prestige a turn. It also increases our resistance to all magic, which is cool. The Wood of the Suicides gives us deceit protection, and it's 2 prestige a turn. So all good, very good. That's a good. And you can do a bunch of things as well. We're gonna go for Ichor again, so that's good. And I suppose Hellfire. We can take it in a turn, so we might as well. And Tribute. You spend a lot of time getting Tribute in this game. Like, that's sort of the kicker, I think. A lot of time on the Tribute. Early on. Later on it becomes easier, I think. So we're going to go and we're attacking the wood. Legions let fly the ranged combat. I do 6 points of damage, and now I'm going to do 9 points of damage. You can also take 2 legions and have them support one another. So that's actually where you can get some real crazy numbers. So we did take it. They are walking past the Garden of Infernal Delights. Sort of penning me in a little bit, aren't they? Yeah, you'll see they're penning me in. So someone played an event. As Astaroth has been visited by a functionary requiring 4 tribute. So they had to pay up, effectively. So we got 2 things happening. First off, we get more tribute. Not super happy with that, but the tribute. I wanted more Ichor. Our Legion got promoted because it won battles. So you can see here we can take ranged, infernal, or ranged and infernal. I'm not going to take ranged. I would rather take ranged and infernal. And because the higher your number, the less chance you take damage. Right? Because it's just who has a higher number. I'm going to take both, ranged and infernal, and promote them. So now they're 8-11. Now all of a sudden this slightly crappy unit becomes actually really good. Like we could knock the Blood of Astaroth out of here in heartbeat. And indeed, maybe we do that. Maybe we go to Astaroth here and we conduct diplomacy. So here's diplomacy. It's almost all bad. So I'm going to demand from him. I want 3 tokens. So now he's going to get that order. And that order, and once he gets the order, he can either go, yes, okay, I'm okay with that, or no, I'm absolutely not okay with that. If he does that, then we have the option to declare a vendetta, which means we can declare war. I mean, none of these artifacts really. This is great for melee. Do we have any Legion that could be melee? Abyssal Cavalry. I mean, it's not great. Those guys are pretty badass. These guys are really badass, actually. But I am nowhere near being able to buy them. We'll go for tribute. And we have an event card to pick. I'm going to go for combat being more prestige-y. And let's see what he said. Oh, he didn't say anything yet. I'm going to take the 2 Ichor because we need Ichor. I'm going to move in case he declines. I want to be able to declare war and go and eat him a bit. Baleful lays the target bearer revealing their attributes or stratagems, providing a +2 strength bonus to any form of rituals you provide on the duration. I'm going to cast it because it has no cost. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to cast on him. Hey, what's up, Count Robert? I've got some jelly beans. Last words of a wise man. Okay. Depends on what the flavor is. The one time, so my son, when he was young, he got Bean Boozled for his Christmas or a birthday or something or another. And so he wanted us to play. So of course we play. And all I got, so you pick random beans, and it's either the good flavor or the bad flavor, right? So they'll both be the same color. They'll look exactly the same. And it's either chocolate or cat food, or mint or grape or sock, effectively, right? Or cut grass or something. And I was just getting the worst horrific tasting beans, just continuous. And we're doing a thing, and we both have the brown, and my wife picks up the brown, and I have the other brown. And she's like, oh, I'm not sure. And I'm tasting the most foul thing in my mouth, right? Like, absolutely. Like, imagine that your cat has that worst breath that it has when it breathes on you sometimes. And you're like, like, I'm angry now. Like, you would know if you had cat food. God damn it. So Astaroth accepted our demand. So he was not going to be able to defeat us. So we get some prestige, and we have sort of taken him. We've taken some cash from him. That's good. We needed some cash, and we got some cash. So let's take a look at the bazaar now. So we could get this moderate combatant. Are we close to this guy? We are close to them. They're pretty crazy good. Like, I wouldn't turn them down. But nor would I turn these guys down. Like, they're even better, I feel. Not by a ton. I suppose that Frozen Lords does have a range. They're more front-loaded, but crappier. But they're also immune to... oh, they're vulnerable to Infernum. Ew, so if they don't get you, they're going to be... So, it makes them a little less sexy, but... Okay. And we have... Like, you could put Bune on these guys, give them a 14 melee. That would be pretty good. Now, the bad news is we're not killing Astaroth. So, womp womp. So what I would like to do is, let's walk up to the Unholy Fountain here. And if you figure out the combat for the Unholy Fountain, we would do 6 ranged, because melee is last, then 8 infernal. So we would take the Unholy Fountain too. So I am just blitzing sights, and that seems to be working for me. And the computer has not yet figured out the gang tackle me yet, so that's a start. And then I want more tribute. So we're just going to skip through, and then we'll quickly see the board. Robert, how are you today? Vote on edict. So we have a vote now. So every so often, like hell's a giant bureaucracy, right? So, which makes sense. It's like the DMV, but spikier. So we can either vote for the Fool, the Archfiend with the least prestige receives 10 from everyone else, or the Archfiend with the fewest tribute tokens receives 3 tokens from everyone else. I don't like either of those, but I'm going to say the Fool is slightly better. It's just cheap. It's easier to manage, I think. I still can't afford any of these guys because I'm not getting any darkness. Let's look at my tribute. Can I get some darkness? I can get a little bit of darkness. Not enough darkness, it feels like. No, not enough. Now, I have enough for these guys, but what I don't have is the coins have to be, like, consolidated. So you can only put so many coins to buy something. So it'll even say, place bid. And you don't have the correct tribute, man. You got to consolidate. So you need to take these coins and put them into these guys. It's a little bit lame, to be honest with you. I'm going to try to get... I think I'm going to try to grab that Army of the Fallen. So what I'm going to do is, knowing what I know about the army here, that they require 9 souls and 7 ichor, I'm going to try to make a coin. Some coins with souls and ichor. So here's a coin with souls and ichor. Let's put all these onesies. And same thing with souls. So we'll put all the onesies in here. Can I put one? 2 and 1. So there you go, consolidate. So now we have 6 and 5. So that's fun. Can we take this? Yes, we're going to take this. So let's take the Unholy Fountain while we're at it. I believe that we did, so let's take a look. So 65. So I'm climbing the prestige ranks here. We took the Unholy Fountain. It's another prestige a turn. And you might say, okay, well, you got all this prestige. Are you just going to win? And the answer is, well, sure. But more to the point. 11. So I'm going to grab 2 tributes and hope for some dark coins next turn there. We'll take a quick scout of the map here as we go. Let's get our tribute, though, and we're looking for dark. So dark, and presumably not dark. Ooh, just not enough darkness here, really. Can we buy them? We cannot buy them. Do we need to consolidate? We do need to consolidate. So they need 6-5, but now we need 7 and 7. 7 moons. So all the moons are sort of weirdly scattered, aren't they? Okay. None. I might also put one more in there, right? and so that we could just do the moons, and then we'd have to pay 4 hellfire. Sure, consolidate, done. So what else do we need to do? Oh, well, we're going to go to our sanctum. So we'll show the sanctum. So here's the sanctum. We might have events. We are going to up our rank to Marquis from Baroness. Mostly we get better tribute. That's what most of that happens. We'll slap through here. But we do pay our victory points directly. So, and someone played Great Unholy Crusade. We all must volunteer a legion or be penalized and lose 15 prestige. I'm going to ignore the request. It's almost always better to lose the prestige, I feel. Winds of Discord. Oh! Someone played Winds of Discord and I lost all my places of power, or at least this one. I still kept the wood, so that's good. Oops. Ignore request. Okay. So now, can we buy these guys Army of the Fallen? We are going to bid. There you go. Put the bid in. Done. So we're going to have a second legion, and that legion is really sort of badass, I feel. Now we're going to march. Now we do get an event card. Sir Gideon, hello. How are you, Sir Gideon? What's going on? Good to see you. It's being omniscient today. All right, so here's our newly minted Army of the Fallen. So these guys are pretty badass also. Can they take the Theater of the Sloth? So they're going to take 1 range damage and then do 12 damage. So they will take it in a round, would take 1 point. So we're actually going to do that. We're going to march these boys down. They'll attack. Then what do we need to do? I bought this game a few days ago. I had an opportunity to try. What are your thoughts? So I think it is an interesting game. You know, a lot of people were calling it Civ in Hell or 4X, and I don't think it's a 4X. I don't think it's Civ at all. It is very much a board game. A digital board game, really. Oh, that's fine. Absolutely. No problem. I took Spanish once in college. It was miserable. I was terrible at it. I'm not a languagey guy, so anyone speaks 2 languages is one ahead of me in my book. so good for you. Anyway, I think it's an interesting game. It is very much a board game aesthetic. So you're not doing Civ where you're moving huge armies across the board or doing these big wars. You are trying to create a position. You're going to be you know, it all works differently than it looks like it should work in a 4X. But think of this game closer to like an Eclipse or a Scythe or a, you know, I'm not going to say Settlers of Catan with demons because it's not like that either. But it is, you know, I don't know if you play any board games, Sir Gideon. But it has that vibe to me. So yeah, so they're marching. We'll actually we'll let this play out a little bit. Having said that, I think it's a decent game. So the combat. Here's how you do combat. Higher value wins. You do range first. The loser takes the points of damage. So this guy does 2 points. I'm pointing to the screen. This guy does 2 points to him first. Then this guy does 2 points back because his melee is higher. And then he does 4 points to him with Infernum. So yeah, yeah, you should. Now, I do think probably the AI isn't super good at winning the game. it might be decent. So he's going to do a point of damage to me first in the range step. I'm then going to do 12 points of damage and take the theater back. But yeah, like, it I think it's interesting. I think it probably shines in a multiplayer setting, because then I think obviously a human's going to be a little smarter at playing to win. And what I question right now is not if the computer can play to win, but can it play to be interesting, kind of, right? That's sort of the goal. Now, they do have single player scenarios where you not only have to win, you have to do something to win. And I think those might be a little harder. They might amp the difficulty because... So the first game I played was, you're Mammon and you have to win the game, but you also have to hold this thing way across the map. And so how the hell do you do that? Because that's difficult. And so I think there's ways that they add challenge. So Mammon here is giving us Chains of Avarice. And what Chains of Avarice does is we will get more tribute, but Mammon gets what we don't take. So that's his special power. And we'll accept that. I will take more money any day. So what are we going to do? So I do think... So let's look at the map real quick. So here's us. The map is a donut. If you go north, south, east, or west, any direction, you will loop around. So... Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. At first I was like, well, so I've played this back in 2004, whenever this first came out, like a long time ago I played it. And so what I'm hoping for this game is, A, a slightly better computer player, and then B, I would really love to see, like, more, like, I'd love to see content, too. Like, I hope this game does well enough that they at least have 2 or 3 expansions to add to it, because it can only really, like, the more combinations, like, board games like this, in my mind, become better the more combinations you have. So I think what I'm going to do, so let's take a quick thought here of what we can do. So there's different ways to score points. One way is to scheme. We can also raise our powers. Now, but I don't have enough. I mean, I have enough to raise these powers. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scheme. What a scheme is, well, we'll see next turn, I suppose. It costs 60 to get the Duchess. I think I'm going to go to Astaroth again and conduct diplomacy, but I'm going to make another demand. Because I don't think he's in any position to stop me. So you'll notice, oops, I started the turn, unfortunately. So you'll notice that he is, like, there's no units. His units are all far away or dead, actually. So I'm going to extort him. And then if he doesn't take the demand, I'm going to declare war and try to take this whole northern little spot from him. Which doesn't do you any good. Like, owning the hexes does you no good, except that you cannot go through the enemy's hexes unless you're at war. So you can block your enemy off like a giant game of Snake, if you wanted to. So let's look at what our schemes are. So you'll see our schemes. We could engage in a battle without taking damage, destroy 3 legions with a single vendetta. That's hard. Let's do engage in 1 battle, and let's declare it publicly. So we'll get 20 prestige if we do that. And declaring it publicly means they'll try to stop you. But now we do need to find a fight to do. that we can then take the no damage. I'm pretty sure it's the Garden of Earthly Delights. So we're going to march down there. And then you're going to... Let me just grab tribute. I'm going to grab some more cash. Demon cash. Yeah, it's cool that you picked it up, man. I think, if like I said, if you like board games at all that are war-ish, because this is where you're thrown into conflict a lot. If you don't mind that, right? And you like sort of those games, like I said, Eclipse, Scythe, you know, there's a lot of those type of games where it's, you know, you're sort of building to some victory condition, but you're also occasionally fighting to stop your opponent from getting that victory condition. Then I think this will scratch that a tiny bit. So we're going to get some more tribute here, and okay. We should probably look and see what we want. So here's the bazaar. Here's all the things we can buy. I don't want another legion, but I do want someone I can put on my undead army. Melee twice is good. Holy crap. That's a good one. This is also a good one for the... So, I'm looking for someone for these guys. So, melee twice would be good because their melee is good. So that means that this phase runs 2 times. So once they survive the bow, they're going to hit you twice for 12 points of damage, assuming that, of course, you don't have any melee. So that's a really good one. I wish I could play board games all year, keep them coming, as well as RPGs. Well, absolutely. I'm actually thinking about doing... I would love to do some tabletop style stuff on stream, but it's you know, I don't have a good setup to do actual tabletop. So, all right, who are we gonna buy? We're gonna try this guy's good too. This adamantium golem, melee +5, stunning blow. Holy crap. Let's do this guy, 7 and 12. So 7 souls. Okay, and we're getting a little extra because I'm mammon. I'll take it. We can't quite get him. And my guess is we can't get him. We can't get him. Why? We can't get him because we need to consolidate? Yeah, of course. Okay, so we need 7 and 12. So 7 souls, 12 ichor. Oof. Can we get 12 ichor in a coin? Probably not, and that's actually the problem. The problem is we're actually paying extra for this. Yeah, this sucks a tiny bit. So if we take this one out, and then put that one in, so we'll only pay an overage of 1 fire. So you have the 4 currencies. Token limiting, so you can't have 12. You're right, you cannot have 12 ichor in the coin. You can only have 9 ichor in the coin. Done. So we'll put some extra souls in. Okay. So we have to create the correct set of tokens, which is a goofy mechanic, but so be it. It does limit the way the money works, so that's sort of cool. So it keeps everyone... you know, so you don't feel bad if you lose 3 or 4 or whatever, because, you know, you can get them back and you're not that far behind, that kind of thing. So what do I like about the game? Obviously, it's a weird theme. That's sort of fun. I like that it is sort of like a war game, but not really a war game, right? Um, you take the places of power for sure, and combat is important, but it's going to be very difficult to wipe your opponent out. Now, you can do blood feuds and thus wipe your opponent out, but typically what you're going to do is you're going to fight these really short wars for like a specific goal, and once you get the goal, you're done. Okay, so next turn. Can we buy that guy? We can. So we're buying him. Place bid, auto select, and pay. Done. Okay, so he's done. We're gonna buy that big guy. And then here, so let's see, is this gonna be no damage? So this Legion has 8 ranged, 0 melee, 11 infernal. But it has melee last, which means this goes out of order. We do ranged, then infernal, then melee, which is our weakest, which is why we picked that. So this guy's going to take 8 damage ranged and then 2 infernal. Oh, that's not enough. I am not quite strong enough. Because I will only do 10 of the points. So I'm going to move our guys up. I've convinced you. Well, I will send my bill to the guys who wrote this. So there you go. My advertising bill. The only thing I don't like is I wish you could speed these up. Like, I wish you could see what everybody's doing, but speed it up in some way. Because you can't speed it up, so you just have to skip it. So it is this choppy thing going on, right? So, okay. So these guys don't take any damage from... But these guys still do, because they're going to take 6 points. So once we do 8 ranged and 2 infernal, they're going to take 6. And we don't want to do that. We want this combat to go off without taking any damage. So if we had any points in infernal or any points in ranged, but we don't, and we don't have any good way to get them either. So that sucks a little bit. I moved these guys up. Didn't quite pay enough attention. That's my fault. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move these guys over and then move these guys over, and unfortunately I just wasted like a couple turns here. I'm going to select you get a bunch of cool tribute and skip a bunch of stuff. There we go. Someone played an event. Monsoons. All legions are reduced to 1. That sucks, by the way. And reduce the tribute quality for 4 turns, so that also sucks. Curtailed influence. Someone has all their event cards confiscated. Well, so that means I gotta play an event card. So we're gonna play that sinful... we don't have enough tribute. God damn, I'm gonna lose that card. We'll go Beelzebub. We'll vote Beelzebub. So let's vote for Beelzebub. So he's going to lose his event cards. Maybe if we win the vote. I somehow don't think it's going to happen. He'll move 1. And... I'm going to go up to Duchess. So that's my victory points I just spent, but you're going to get better tribute over time. Mammon lost his influence card, so that's interesting. So we'll move our 1 because again we're in this weird monsoon. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to grab... Oh, we're moving both our guys. Okay, yeah, that's probably fine. So let's move them, and then next turn we'll set up for the fight here. Emergency vote. The turn order is reshuffled or reversed. We'll just reshuffle it. Demand received from Astaroth. We're going to reject his demand. We're going to reject his demand. So he's to the quote-unquote south of us. And we are just looking for a reason to attack. So, 100%. Come get it. I do want some tribute, so we're going to grab tribute. And then these guys will do 0. We will do 6 to them, and we will do 2 to them. So, we're not going to take this in 2 turns, but we will theoretically be able to fight those combats without taking damage. So, oh, we took it. Oh, because it didn't have that many hit points. Right. Okay, well that works. So we completed the scheme because we fought a combat and won without taking damage. So that's 20 prestige. We took the garden. The garden gives us +1 charisma. Also cool. Mammon is offering us to get more tribute if he gets some also, which I'm sort of down for. And so we could buy a manuscript. Man, should we? Sure. So we'll do improve a movement's legion's movement. Now you don't just get it and go. You have to collect all 3 pieces. So I'm going to need some tribute. I'm out of cash. So we're going to see what Astaroth does. Select tribute. Where the hell is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. We're going to see what he does. Does he declare vendetta on us or not? Because if he declares vendetta, we are going to eat that top part of the hexes he's taken. And I don't know what his legion looks like, so that does worry me a tiny bit that he might have some badass legion there. But I think my legions are... Oh, he heard another one. Yeah, he's going to dink with us, I bet. Catastrophic intel failure. So everything's hidden for 4 turns. We got Beelzebub, huh? Hold on, let me. So defend yourself against Astaroth. So we don't know exactly what he wants because our prophecy isn't high enough, right? So that is the case. So what does he have? Hammers of Hell. Dire Onslaught. What does that mean? +4 melee when attacking. So, okay, that's not. That is a tiny bit dangerous to us, but not a ton dangerous. Artifacts. Are there any interesting artifacts? 0 range taken. That's pretty good, actually, for some of these guys. This guy is bitching, but I'm way short of coin. This is also pretty good, and I'm not as short of coin. Like, so if I look at the combat here, since these guys have melee last, my 1 legion, they would gut these guys. They would do 19 points of damage to these dudes. So where these guys would take a tiny bit of damage if they were to be attacked. They would do 16 points of damage. So we're gonna do that, and we want to end our turns here. So they will eat those hexes. I'm pointing to the screen. Do you see me pointing? So we got 2 movements. We do need to select tribute. I'm going to take that Hellfire. Done. We have to figure out. So Beelzebub. So let's figure out where Beelzebub is. Where is Beelzebub? Beelzebubba. So this is Beelzebub right here. Is he anywhere near me? Yeah, so he doesn't seem like he's super close. So I am going to... I don't want to declare the... Yeah, I don't... Oh, that's interesting. So I have to declare the vendetta. I actually don't want to declare a vendetta because I'm too far away and I'm fighting already. I'm going to suck the insult up, I think. So let me accept the insult. I'll just take it. I'll take it. Yeah. Your mother's so fat. Yeah, whatever. I get it. Hell's Maw. Oh, wow. So he's getting... Anything he fights he eats his tribute, which is sort of fun. So he gets coin every time he kills something. So let's see where Astra... Oh. Well played, sir. Dang, Skip. That guy is a mover and a shaker. Is he going to attack me? Is he going to attack? He's attacking the garden. Oh no, he's attacking my guys. So I'm going to do 9 points. He's going to do 2 points because he actually has a 14 melee when he attacks. And then we're just going to eat him alive. So I don't know. That was a bad call in my opinion. But I don't think he needs that to win the war. I think he has something like take one of my places of power, which he snuck down the bottom to do. Ugh. Darn it. I actually got a little outplayed there, I was going to say. So can he take this place of power? Eldritch Charge +4 Infernal when attacking. He actually could take the Theater of Sloth. We're going to go down to meet him, I think. I am the regent. I would like to play an event. I'm going to play that. I'll play an event. I'll play an event. Yeah, I'm not worried about I'm not actually worried about his troops. I'm more worried about him dinking with me a little bit. So does he take the place, or did he not take the place? Because that might not be his goal either. He might be just trying to take spaces. Power of evil, like children, the conclave are impressed by tricks, pyrotechnics, and casual cruelty. Triple prestige to destruction rituals. Sinful windfall. I'll take it. What happened? Oh, he attacked my cavalry. Or his cavalry attacked my... Yeah, right there. Yeah, we ate his lunch. Like, Belial wishes to. He wants to become my vassal. Done. I'll take him. And I think again we're going to just move and stop and sort of try to cut him off, because you have to stop in a space to take it over. But I am. Did he attack again? Legion's Clash. Yeah, his Blood of Astaroth attack. So we took a point of damage from ranged, and then we did 16 points of damage to him. So, yeah, and the computer is not great at, like, I mean, obviously he can calculate what the combat's going to do. I just don't know what his strategy is, I suppose. We're going to promote the Legion of the Fallen here. Boy, this melee in Infernal looks really good. I think I'm going to take 3 melee, 4 Infernal. He's now a 15-15. Hell, he didn't even have a guy in him. I didn't even put a guy in him. I'm lame. What was I thinking? So the vendetta continues. So I actually don't know what he needed to get. Can I destroy his stronghold? I bet you I can. I bet you I can. This will not capture this canton. You cannot attack it. Oh, I have to have a blood feud. Done. So he has to be. Yeah. So we have to literally be. Can I hold on? Can I declare a blood feud? Let's take that away. Can I do that? No. Declare a blood feud. Yeah, the vendetta means I can't blood feud him. Okay, well that makes sense. What do we want to do? Because I'm pissed now. I want him dead. I want him gone. I want him gone. So first thing is first. Do we actually have someone to put on him? We do. We have melee twice guys. So we're going to do that. Like that makes these guys crazy good. So he's going on there. Done. And then I think... I mean, taking the territory doesn't mean much, but I do like eating away his ability to come at me a little bit. So I will sort of take some of these spaces and sort of cut him off down there. 2 actions a turn also means it's sort of weirdly snappy, if that makes any sense. Other event, traders everywhere. Ugh. More monsoons? I hate that. I don't like that. Mind you, we're not moving very fast anyway right now. So I'm going to do 2 things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my... I'm going to raise my rank to princess because I'm a pretty princess. Done. And then, like I said, we are going to cut him off. Now, at some point, this has to end, doesn't it? Like, at some point, he fails. Vendetta continues. How long did he do this vendetta for? Dude. Dude. And Mammon wants to give me more credit. I will totally take it. But I would argue that Astaroth has truly lost. Like, he has totally lost this war. But now what to do? How to punish him? He needs to be punished. I can raise prophecy, which gives me a little bit better. And if you get a power up to 4, then you get an extra command, which is huge. But I've never done it yet. If I raise one of these scores to 4. So I'm going to raise this to 3, just to see if I can get there. Then, my only fear is that I'm gonna, by moving myself down so far, I'm going to expose myself to bad stuff from the north, effectively. Sir Gideon, can you tell me how to save money on car insurance? There you go. He is all-knowing. Alright, so what do we got? Of Conquest's Pass. A legion belonging to Mammon gets a high-grade promotion. There you go. Slander and Mistruths. Mammon loses 11 prestige. And we have to vote on an edict. I want to draw an event card, thanks. I don't have any events, by the way, so that... and boy, I really, 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 really want this vendetta to be over. So what do we have? We do have a manuscript, and I need to collect 2 manuscripts, and I can prove a legion's movement. So I really need to find a manuscript. So let's see if they have it in the Bazaar to increase movement. They do not, so that sucks a little bit. So manuscripts are effectively your scrolls. Once you collect the different pieces, you can then invoke them, and then that will give some kind of permanent buff to one of your heroes or one of your legions. You can find the manuscripts. I'm not sure why it's not. Well, I don't. I mean, yes, no. I don't know. I think there's 2 sides to that, right? Like, one side is, if the mechanics are interesting, then you can do cool stat-based mechanics. Like, I think that could be part of a game, right? When you play with humans, well, then you get diplomacy. But sometimes I hate sort of the metagaming of diplomacy, unless you're literally playing diplomacy, in which case it's all metagame of diplomacy. And you're going to hate everybody in the room with you after like 3 hours. So, but let's ignore that. But like when you're playing a game like this, then sometimes I don't like the metagame of diplomacy with humans where, if you're going to wipe someone out, you might feel bad, or as soon as you attack someone, then everybody's going to pile on you. So I don't know. I like, with good diplomacy mechanics, of sort of putzing with that and going, okay, now it'd be nice if you had a stat-based mechanic that at least gave you a feel that you were engaging in in diplomacy, in the sense that, you were using it to help manipulate the enemies or bring neutrals to your side, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, right, but again, that's a multiplayer game of Dominion 6, so that's great. But if you're playing a single player game, I don't know where you're going with that. I would say, Fleablack asked, has anyone ever made a computer game where you actually had to have an understanding of history of politics to play? Maybe, maybe not, in the sense that, so for instance, it's not a computer game, although, did anybody make a computer game of it? My guess is no. But, for instance, I have a couple victory games, board games. I have Civil War, which is one of the best war games, strategic war games to ever be created, I feel. Vietnam to a lesser degree, Korea. But Civil War, some of those games try to make it so that, and a good war game I think does this, right? A good war game tries to make mechanics that make you make similar decisions to what folks had to make. Now, does that mean that knowing history necessarily is required? Probably not. But for instance, in Civil War, you have this interesting interplay between your generals sucking if you're the Union and being hard to replace sometimes if you're the Union. So you have to make sort of similar decisions that the commander-in-chief did, and it could cost you political capital to replace a general because those guys were fairly powerful and so on. In a game of Vietnam, at least having a vague understanding of the asymmetry of that war is helpful to play if you are playing, especially if you're playing the Viet Cong. Because you have to carry on, you have to do what they did and carry these hit and run attacks, and then the Americans, have to figure out how to interdict you, wipe out those VC units while still not losing the hearts and minds of right. So I think there's this cool. So some war games give you that thing where you have to at least make decisions that are analogous to what people had to make. So, anyway, sorry about that. So, okay. So we've raised our crap all the way up. I would love to raise my powers. This vendetta is fine. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to just slowly, I'm going to isolate his stronghold, I suppose. And then I am going to see, can I buy powers? And so I can't quite buy this. 6, 9, and 9. So I'm lacking Hellfire and Darkness to get my power prophecy up to 4. So it looks like tribute. So I'm the Regent. Cost of rituals. Sure. One Archfiend loses a point. Get my tribute, and I want Darkness and Fire. And Darkness and Fire. And sure, if you give me 2 more, Ichor and Souls, thank you. Done. Okay, that's really good. So now I think I can up my power to 4. But I need to consolidate. Son of a bitch. Okay, that sucks a little bit. We need this. We need some souls. And we need darkness. We don't need Ichor. Ichor bad. We need Hellfire. So I do want to get rid of all of the onesies. I think that will help us. I actually don't super love this mechanic. I don't hate it. But I do not love it. So it's this weird. So I can pay that off in 1 coin by just putting that coin. So that's fine. That's good. Fire. Let's get some fire out the door. Yeah, we're gonna have to overpay Icar, I think, is sort of what that's gonna end up doing. Which is fine. I think we do have to do that. Because I need more fire. So let me get that fire in there. And done. Okay. So we have to consolidate. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I, I suppose, Flea Block, my take on the diplomacy is I'd rather have this mechanics that give me the feel that I'm sending diplomats and they're sending my demands and so on, as opposed to arguing with my buddy across the table. Oh, yeah, sure, maybe, maybe. And we're going to isolate like we said we were going to. And we need an event card. I need to play an event card too. We're going to do this one to get better tribute. And I don't know what these guys are doing. I'm kicking it with prestige. Monsoons. Okay, and we have foiled Astaroth's plan, and mostly isolated his stronghold, but not quite. We're going to slowly continue to do that. In the meantime, we wanted to buy something, right? Like, we had this... Oh, we wanted to buy a power. We should be able to do that now. And we're going to pay, and there you go. So now we have a 4 in prophecy. What that's going to do is obviously make us, every rank gives you powers, but 4 opens up my command slot, which is, oh, no, it did it? Oh, it did. There we go. We unlocked the additional command slot. So there we go. Now we have 4 commands. 3 commands. Which is really cool, by the way. Yeah, I think you're still gonna. I mean, you're gonna have to make like large. I'm not a giant. Like, large language models are fascinating, but boy, they're sort of. I think they fall apart pretty quickly when we're trying to. They can pass a Turing test, but they can't play a war game effectively. Well, they actually what they do that, right? Well, what the hell do they call those? It's not. Is it Kriegspiel? No. God damn it. They actually have those. Like, they do those when they train diplomats and military folks and so on, and they do these simulations and largely they have consulting companies run these and have GM judges and so on. I mean, if you want a real politics game, now it depends on what you mean by politics, right? If you want a real politics game, just pick up diplomacy and get 6 of your friends, and then just be ready to hate them for 4 weeks, depending. Okay, so, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to cut him off. So that's cool. So we have literally surrounded his guys. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to move up to here just to put myself in a better position for the next guy that tries to dig with me. And we get a 3rd action, which is sort of awesome. So I think what we're going to do... And actually, let me take this back. Let me go up to cut him off and then swing back around. And I think we're okay to this side. It feels like, hey, Blast Pop, what's up, man? It's been a while. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Um, Lee Block is asking about computer games with real diplomacy, or like what games would have the best diplomacy, and he's talking about trying to you know like, oh, you get multiplayer, and I said just buy diplomacy, go get the old school diplomacy, and you can get six of your friends around a table, and it's just literally diplomacy. The mechanics are so simple that you can figure out how to play the game in like half an hour, if not if that, and it's all about then manipulating your fellow players into doing what you want. um yeah, let's just do that, and then I think a problem with performative RPGs is there's no objective rules. It all comes down to judgment of GM, which is subjective and can create drama. um Oh yeah, I've been blast up. I've been in like 3 or 4 real honest to god diplomacy games that were like multi-hour long things, and I've never come out feeling good. like like when I backstabbed my father by deliberately miswriting orders to get him wiped out of the game. I just never felt good. There was just no, yeah. I'm just not that guy. um, well, I think it depends on what you mean performative RPGs. But if we're talking about, yeah, me too. Blast Bob. I feel worse when I'm done as well, in a weird way. Speaking of diplomacy, let me do this one move. So what I'm going to do, I think I am going to. So Beelzebub does have. I mean, these guys aren't slouches, and they match up really well against my Disciples of Lilith. Now, I would love to get them an artifact. They don't match up as well as against these dudes. In fact, no one does at this point. But he's up here, which sort of sucks. I should almost drag him down and then start just bullying this guy. But having said that, I don't need to fight his... Well, I'm going to have to fight his unit, because when you're next to a unit or a building, you protect that building. You get half of your values and you add them to the building you're supporting, or the dude you're supporting. So he could make this really hard to take for this guy. Let's rethink this for a little bit. So let's go with him, and we'll march him down, and that does that. And let's go here, and we'll march him there. And then my third thing in this case will simply be tribute for now. But Flea Block, to your point. So, I mean, I think there's two schools of thought there, right? One school of thought is, well, doing like a theater of the mind sort of idea where it's just you saying to the GM, hey, I want to do this, and the GM, taking, say, a super light rule set and then arbitrating what happens, lets you do all kinds of things, right? You can throw dirt in a dude's eye, or you can, swing from the chandeliers, or you can, whatever, call down the wrath of your god. Yes, it is. Is it directly before or after World War? Yes, it is. I forget when the start date of it is. But keep in mind, it's not whatever it's about. You can almost erase that. It is literally an abstract game about diplomacy, but there is a map of Europe. You are playing one of the great powers. You are going to go to war with your other great powers and fight your other great powers, 100%. But it's almost not that. But it doesn't matter. It could be any period, any war. People have made maps of Lord of the Rings and done Lord of the Rings diplomacy and so on. Doesn't matter. It is a pure game. Yes, it is. It is absolutely that. So I'm going to bring him down here. And then I am going to... So I'm going to select my tribute. Oh, demand received from Astaroth again. Really? I mean, if you think I'm going to actually do that demand, that's crazy talk. What I am going to do... So I'm going to... let me get my tribute. And I need darkness... and hellfire and souls. So let me get all that. Gonna move him down here. And I don't... Astaroth has put me in sort of a bad position. Now, could I, if I did something, could I declare... Yeah, I can't declare a blood feud because... Yeah. Because I would love to just smash him now. Like, if we're going to do this, let's do this, right? Because I wanted to piss Dink with... You will need a map. So you do need to, if you get a PDF of the map or something, you could just print that. But you could play it with then colored chips or something, or little colored counters. You can go buy blank counters. That would be good enough. Like, it is, yeah. Like, when you're playing, you might have 3 pieces on the board, and that's it. And that's how most of the countries start. So you need a map, you need the rules, you know. So, yeah, I'm a little bit pissed because his demand, which I rejected, is going to force me to go to war with this guy again. And I wanted to steal this from this other guy, so that means demanding from him. So I think I'm going to do that anyway, and we'll just see how it goes at this point. Diplomacy against Beelzebub. We'll demand... Extort? What do I want? I want an artifact. Done. I don't know if that was even... that was a good idea. I'm going to guess Blast Pop. So Blast Pop asked, will this challenge an older computer? And the answer is... I don't know, but my guess is it's not going to run well because it's not choppy on where I'm at, but yeah, but I am well above, whatever we feel, what it feels we need. Is this? Of course, you could always look for the old version, Blast Pop, too. Like, this was originally out in 2004 or something, or even before that. Like, I forget when this actually came out. So we're going to move, we're going to extort, well, and tribute. So let's get our tribute here. And we do need darkness still. All the darkness. And all the souls. And sure. Oh, no, we need more darkness. Done. Got it. That didn't work. Sure. Upset in the arena, so someone fought. Demand rejected. So Astaroth, you refused. So I refused him, yes. We delivered our extortion message. And now he's going to come back and either declare a vendetta or not. So we're going to see how that goes. So what I would like to do is I would like to declare a vendetta on this guy, take this tree instantly, and then go up and fight Astaroth. Like, make it a lightning war here. And just go straight out. So I think what I'm going to do... What can I do? Can I cast something that's going to... spells. I don't particularly love the spells. And let's see what we got here. Reduce one of their attributes. Strategic Confusion looks good. Like, I could hold the bad guy in place when I need to. I don't think I need any of that just yet. Oops, I just clicked it again. That was dumb. Can we raise a power? We could raise a power. Don't necessarily need that. Let me go to the bazaar and look for a manuscript. Yeah, that's all fine. We will buy that because it's cheapish. But then we're just going to grab tribute twice and see what all the answers are. That's sort of where we're at. So let's see what everybody decided. Oops. Ooh, we lost a point of destruction. Everybody lost a bunch of crap. So Beelzebub rejected my export, so we're going to declare a vendetta and we're going to set the terms. So what I would like to do is capture a place of power from him. I'm going to wager as much prestige as I can because I think I can do it in 3 turns. So I'm going to try to capture... Now, can I do it right now? No, because the next turn I have to declare war, effectively. Darkness. So we're going to grab this tribute here, and Hellfire. Done. Darkness and Hellfire, as always. I don't like... You think the multi-coins would be great, but I sort of hate them in a weird way. Okay, done. So we got a lot of crap, is what we're saying. Defend yourself against Astaroth. So what I'm going to do, so this is when the ritual will come in handy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... I'm going to confuse him. So we're going to cast Strategic Confusion. And that will... Oh, unlikely. I don't like that. I went likely. So that sucks. So I will try my baleful gaze. Very likely. So we will do that. Then we will try Strategic Confusion. And we'll see if we can get lucky there. So we have 2 rituals going down now on him. And... So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to march right up. Let's see, does this work? If I march right up, I will take 3 points of damage from his range and then do 5 and 5 points of damage. So I will wipe him out. So maybe I don't need any of the rest of the stuff. Yeah, I could probably just not cast and just hit him super hard. And like I said, I'll take a point of damage. Well, I might take a little more because he's going to be helped by the stronghold. Yeah, that's going to be a rougher battle than originally intended. So let's say he gets 3 range, so he's going to do 3 points of damage to me. And let's say he gets 3, 10, 5. Yeah, okay. Still a win. So we're going to do it. So we're going to charge him. Maybe we'll do this. We'll go up here. And then we'll go up here. And then I think we'll have support from our own guy as well. So we'll do that. And then let's look and see if we can't buy an artifact. I do like this arcane shield. Let's buy the arcane shield. That means we take no range damage. So we have to get that and put that on a unit. But then we'll take no range damage on that unit. So let's go and then we'll see the results of this turn here. So, okay, someone played a thing. Ongoing rituals can't be performed for 5 turns. So let's look at legions clashed. Nope, different legions clashed. Other legions clashed? Where the hell are the legions? There we go. Nope. My legions. Elsewhere. No? Oh, he moved. Oh, okay. He left. He got out of Dodge. Darn it. You jerk. Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. We're going to do 8. So we got to take care of business now. All the business. Mammon will always take Mammon's money. That's always good. Let's put the artifact on him at the end of the turn. Good. And we have an event card to pick. Let's see where we end up this turn. So, a lot of events. Legions clash. So our Disciples defeated him because we do melee last. We did 2 range damage and then 11 infernal damage. So we kicked his butt. Done. Okay. We march down here and we now have the arcane shield, which is sort of bitching because now we take no damage from ranged. And we will capture his Tree of Woe. We'll walk down just to make sure, to try to make sure. And we will grab some tribute. And we get to promote the lead disciples of Lilith. Ooh, 6 Infernal. Ooh, 17 Infernal just sounds really good. I think we're doing it. So 17 Infernal. And normally Infernal's cheapest because it comes last in a normal turn order. But we have put a general on this guy that makes the melee step, makes it go last. So for us, Infernal is second. So as long as we survive the range phase, we have a 17 magic going with these guys. So I love that, by the way. Twilight Imperium is a game that I love to watch people play and hate to play. Like, I don't want to play it. I don't want... But I love watching it. I like Eclipse better because Eclipse gives me that same thing in a really tight package. But Twilight Imperium is all about the back and forth diplomacy. It really is, as opposed to Eclipse is not. It's an engine builder. Paperwork restructure. Prestige. All vendettas are canceled. Demands are canceled. Like they just reset everything. Okay, that's cool. So we successfully won Beelzebub because all we needed to do is take one place of power. So that's what I do like about the wars in this game. When you do a vendetta, you say, I want to do this one thing. Take a bunch of hexes, kill a legion or legions, take places of power, and once you meet your wager, you're done. So you can sort of so you can win wars and be weak, for instance, because you can just quickly take what you need to take. So there is a little bit of clever in there, and again, this would be a great multiplayer game, I think, how all that goes. So what are we trying to do here? We're trying to get fire, darkness, well, no, souls, and darkness. And we'll take the Ichor just because. And we'll take these goofy cards as well. Done. Okay. And it's only turn 39 and I made this game too long, unfortunately, so we're sort of. So I'm pretty sure we're in the money here to win. So let me see if I can I do diplomacy against Astaroth and either can I declare a blood feud? No, it's locked because we have to do vendettas against them, or we have to reduce his domain to a single hex. I didn't know that. That sucks a little bit. But it is certainly doable. So we're gonna vendetta Astaroth now. They may reject your humiliation. You may insult them, but forced to declare a vendetta against you. I'm actually going to just demand. I'm going to demand a ton, and they're going to have to, I hope, then we're going to move him down so he can swipe these hexes. And then, yes, I'll play the event. There you go. So, okay. Well, diplomacy is an old classic, too, fleet block, so I could easily see someone selling it for a lot of money, even though in today's terms, vote on edict. All items on sale or replaced or discounted. Let's get new items to sell. So we delivered our demand. We're moving to get in to get into position. Let's see if we can't buy another. We could buy level 5 prophecy, which I don't know that super helps, but sort of fun. Again, you can see a bunch of stuff. Loot the vaults. Infernal negotiations. The effects of your demands cost 3 less prestige. Opponents' demands cost more. Destruction is nuking bits. And then Wrath is... We could get another command. So I'm going to go with Wrath so that I can get to 2. Because I would like to have another Legion out on the board. If I could. And we're just slowly accruing prestige. No places will generate prestige for the next 5 turns or something. We're just trying to get as much as possible good, I suppose, souls if we can get them. Done. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, those Iron Maidens are not going to do anything, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to cut him off. Because this is going to be a little bit of a thing. To get all of his hexes aside from his stronghold is non-trivial, I don't think. Let's go down and back up. Let's see if there's any manuscripts. I would love to get... No. I'd love to get a movement manuscript on the books again. Let me get power 2. So now I'm just buying my stats up. I have reached that point where I'm buying up my stats. Do I want to buy anything else up? Yeah, let's go for the... Oh, we have to consolidate. Nah, I'm good. I wish it would auto-consolidate, then I'd be happier. What are we going to do? We are going to... We need ghosts and fire and darkness. So we're going to... Oh, that didn't do anything. Okay, that's not cool. Wait a minute. Consolidate. Okay, I must have done something wrong. I need ghosts and fire and darkness. I got 1 acre in there. That sucks a little bit. But sure. Okay. Great Unholy Crusade. You must put a legion to participate. Now, I'm going to ignore that every time. I am the most prestigious lord of all. I'm good. So, wait, did we... Can we demand something from Astaroth, or did he just pay? He must have paid. Oh, God. Stop paying. It's not cool. So I don't think we can diplomacy him now. We are sort of stuck. Yeah, 1 more turn. Yeah, we have to wait a turn. Let's see if... Respective vassals cannot have more, but half the conclave is favored by, but you have... Do not target because you're already the blood... Oh, you can only be blood lord of 1 dude. Okay, I see. What's the upkeep? 2 darkness. These guys are also crazy. I'm going to buy Gorgons, damn it. Because they are crazy good. But I will need darkness to power them, which is a little bit of a concern. So we'll grab tribute twice. There's our Gorgons. So they require upkeep. They require actually two darkness tokens, which is a little nutty. And of course, I did get some, so that's cool, at least. And of course, I'm not going to get darkness anymore. Like, that's a weird... The game's sort of dinking with me a little bit, isn't it? So now the first thing we do is we go to Astaroth, and we are going to demand. Pose, extort. Let's just demand. We'll get all the tribute from him. And again, he desperately needs to not take it. He needs to turn that bad boy down there. What do we got? We can do 4 points and 7 points. We can do 11 points to the temple. So let's take the temple while we're here, since we're first. Move the Gorgons down, might as well. So we took the temple because we moved first that turn. Urzbet. I mean, we'll pay. We'll pay. Of course, we'll accept from Mammon. Those guys are badasses. These dudes. They're not great melee-wise. Move up there. Move them. And let's get these Gorgons in play. What demand? Oh, we're rejecting that demand. Yeah, let's do this. Although, you know what? I want to cancel this move because they might attack this tree. That would be what I would attack. I would try to lightning the tree, which they could. So instead, I'm going to go here. And then as soon as war is declared, I'm going to try to just wipe these 2 units out. Let's get those guys moving. So our rejection should be sent back to them. So he rejected our demand. I really want to declare a vendetta. I probably can. I'm going to declare a vendetta. Set terms. Hold on. Let's hold off for 1 second. I mean, the Gorgon is going to get expensive. He is expensive. I am going to back down. what's his face? Because I'm gonna have to fight this gal over here, and I want to be able to do that. Not yet, huh? So she is not yet vendetted us. Witness the martyr. We can sacrifice legions. Let's do Dark Augury against Urzbet. We'll use a soul to go learn stuff. Now let's see what she did, because she actually moved before we did that turn. So, submit a champion. Oh my god, so she is trying to just kill me. So she's decided... So let's see. So he has a 2 and a 1. We want snaky moves. He has a snaky move. I've never done a duel, so I'm going to do a duel, even though I don't want to lose either of these guys. Like, these guys all make... Like, they're not worth losing. But I think I'm coming to the end of this game anyway, I think. So let's put a Praetor in there. Do we go 3 and 2? Or do we go... Let's put our big guy in. Alright, confirm. So we can't attack because she wants to settle in the dueling. So that sucks a little bit actually. Because obviously our armies are where we're going. There are no Praetors in the Bazaar. That's a little frightening. We can summon a Devourer. Extended support's really good, because it means you can support up to 2 hexes away. So literally you can have units that are distant, and they are adding stats to each other, which is sort of cool. None of these units are... I mean, the Hellfire Ballista is okay. Cost upkeep, of course. 21 ranged is sort of bitching. Okay. I'm interested in seeing what the duel is. Can we see what the duel is? Like, how does this duel happen? You're in glory. Combat is worth more. Okay, duel commences. Go to the Grand Arena. You must select a move. So, largely, I mean, we can add a bribe. Man, okay, we're gonna add a bribe. We're just gonna bribe some Hellfire and some Ichor and 2 souls. Done. There you go. That's our bid. And then we're gonna go all in with our bleeding wound and confirm. And we'll pay the upkeep on the Gorgon. That does get a little bit ugly. And we will select our tribute, and guess what we need? We need all that damn Hellfire. And Mammon is giving us extra tribute, which is nice. All right. And Astaroth is growing in. Look at all those legions he is pulling up on the board. Like he's getting it a little bit. I feel bad now. We shouldn't have backed down. We should just be like, we're killing your legions, bro. And then that would have been the way to go, I think. So let's move them down here. Let's go to you. We're going to do a demand again, and we'll do the big demand. And you can deny it, and then we'll see. Let's see how these moves go in our... Praetors clash in the arena. I use Bleeding Wound to earn glory and 5 prestige for Lilith, and you have 1 victory in the arena. Done. Okay. So I actually think that I'm going to end this game early. Gonna end this one early. Going to probably rest. What was it? 10:30. Yeah, probably going to sort of close out early, rest my voice up, and Friday we'll try to do some kind of board gamey thing. Maybe Dragons Down on Friday. I really want to get some... I really want to try to do some tabletop kind of stuff. Maybe some experiments with some of the games that I have that I'm putting together for my group. Stuff like that. But I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm sort of thinking about that. So anyway, Flea Block, thanks. Blast Pop, good to see you again. And Sir Gideon, the all-knowing. Never did answer the insurance question, though. So anyway, this is Solium Infernum. It's pretty interesting. The AI is not great at winning the game. Keep that in mind. But there are challenge scenarios which require you to do certain things to win, and I think those will somewhat counter... The difficulty in doing those will somewhat counter the AI's mess. Although you can see the AI at least is putting some pressure on me with his units that he's buying here. But much like Fantasy General and much like that game gave you a time limit on some of the things, and that put pressure. This puts pressure by forcing you to do things you wouldn't normally do to gain the victory. And so I do think that's helpful in this case with this game. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for hanging out and watching, guys. I will talk to you later, and I hope to see you on Friday.